Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when a study session between the three of you causes a confession. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. You groaned, running a hand through your hair as your eyes blurred over the textbook. The equations for advanced heroics were starting to look like hieroglyphs. I swear, if I have to calculate another force vector, my brain's going to combust. A chuckle rumbled from across the table. Kirishima grinned, his red eyes sparkling. Oh, come on, Wyan. You're almost there. Just a few more problems. He leaned over, pointing to a diagram. Think about it like punching the bad guy. You gotta know where to aim for maximum impact, right? Easy for you to say, Mr. My work is literally hardening. You grumbled good-naturedly, picking up your pen again. You two are useless. A gruff voice cut in. Bakugou, who had been surprisingly quiet until now, was scowling at his own textbook, although his gaze flickered to you for a fraction of a second. It's just basic physics. If you can't even grasp this, then how are you going to graduate? Oh, I'm sorry. King Explosion Murder. You retorted. Not all of us have a genius-level intellect when it comes to blowing things up. Baku's eye twitched, and for a moment, he thought he was going to explode. Literally. Instead, he slammed his hand down on his book, making both you and Kirishima jump. That's not what I meant. Dumbass. Just try focusing. He gestured vaguely at your work. You're overthinking it. It's simpler than you're making it, Wyan. Kirishima, ever the peacemaker, chuckled. He's got a point, Wyan. Sometimes you get too caught up in the details. Maybe a break would help. You sighed, rubbing your temples. A break sounds like a gift right now. My brain is officially fried. Perfect. Kirishima clapped his hands together. I'm starving. Anyone up for some convenience store snacks? My treat. Well, I'm in, you said immediately. Pushing your chair back, you glanced at Bakugou. Are you gonna come too? He grunted, not looking up from his textbook. Nah, I'm almost done with this chapter. Don't need your sugary garbage slowing me down. You rolled your eyes, but a small smile played on your lips. Suit yourself, Grump. More for us. You and Kirishima headed out, leaving Bakugou alone. In the quiet common room, when you returned, arms laden with various chips, chocolates, and energy drinks, you found Bakugou still hunched over his book. He hadn't moved an inch. Still at it? Kirishima asked, setting down his haul. You're going to burn yourself out, man. Bakugou scoffed. As if. Unlike you two, I actually have to work to be the best. He tossed a bag of your favorite chips onto the table, landing near his hand. Even the best needs fuel, Bakugou. And little fun. He plopped down on your chair, tearing open the bag. He ignored the chips, but you noticed his gaze linger on your hand for a moment before he returned to his book. The three of you settled into a comfortable silence, the only sounds being the rustle of snacks and the occasional flip of a page. You found yourself glancing at Bakugou more often than you intended. He was intensely focused, a stray lock of ash blonde hair falling over his brow. He was surprisingly handsome when he wasn't yelling at anyone. A sudden, sharp pain jolted through your arm. You'd accidentally grazed your elbow against the corner of the table. Before you could even react, Bakugou was there, his hand gently but firmly gripping your arm. His fingers, usually so rough, were surprisingly soft as he examined the slight reddening of your skin. Dumbass. Watch where you're going, he muttered, but his voice lacked its usual bite You stared at him, surprised by his sudden proximity and concern. His crimson eyes, usually so fierce, were surprisingly soft as they met yours. A blush curved up your neck. Kirishima, who had been about to offer you a band-aid, stopped short, his eyes wide. He seemed to pick up on the unspoken tension in the air. You okay, Wan? Yeah, you stammered, pulling your arm away, feeling a jolt as his touch lingered. I'm just clumsy. You cleared your throat, trying to regain some semblance of normalcy. Anyway, about these forest victors. But the atmosphere had shifted. The light-hearted study session was now charged with an unspoken awkwardness. Kirishima, usually so excited, was quieter, occasionally glancing between you and Bakugou. And Bakugou himself was back to his textbook, but you could feel his eyes on you, even when you weren't looking. After a few more moments of strained silence, Kirishima cleared his throat. Hey, you know what? I just remembered something that I need to do. Something with my, mom, yeah. I'll just be right back. He practically sprinted out of the common room, leaving you and Bakugou alone. He stared at the empty doorway, and then slowly turned to face Bakugou. He was still pretending to read, but his jaw was tight. So... You began, your voice barely a whisper. What was all of that about? Bakugou slammed his book shut, and stood up, towering over you, and you braced yourself for a lecture. But he didn't yell. Instead, he shoved his hands into his pockets, his gaze fixed somewhere over your shoulder. Look, Ryan, I like you, alright? Your eyes widened. You like me? He finally met your gaze. Yeah, I like you, dumbass. More than just a classmate. And it's damn annoying. You blinked, utterly speechless. Before he could even process his words, the door creaked open again, and Kirishima poked his head in. Hey guys, I forgot my... He stopped, seeing the intense look on Bakugou's face. Oh, never mind, I'll just get it later. Bakugou let out a frustrated growl. Damn it, shit here. He turned back to you, his gaze softening slightly. Look, I know it's probably a surprise, but I meant it. You finally found your voice. It's definitely a surprise, Bakugou. A big one. Just then, the door opened again, and Kirishima cautiously stepped inside, holding a small, crumpled piece of paper. I actually did forget something. My study notes. For the next chapter. He cleared his throat, his gaze flitting nervously between you and Bakugou. So, did I miss anything? Bakugou glared at him. You missed a lot, but it's none of your damn business. So, Ayan, what do you say? You looked from Bakugou to Kirishima, who was practically radiating nervous energy. Well, considering that you just called me a dumbass while confessing your feelings, I'm going to need a minute to process this. He then turned to Kirishima. And you, Kirishima, care to shed some light on why you suddenly have an important task with your mom, and then you forget your study notes? Kirishima's face went bright red. Well, I just thought, privacy? You laughed, a genuine, unburdened sound. The tension in the room, while still present, had lightened considerably. This was going to be an interesting conversation, but for the first time all day, you felt like you might actually understand the complex equations of your own heart. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and goodbye!